Well, as of now, about half of the listings do have an Airbnb license already entered, so the deadline's coming up end of this week. And so that leaves about half of the listings currently on Airbnb that do not have a license, and it doesn't seem like there's a big pickup in trying to get licenses in the run-up here, so it looks like there'll be a bit of a mess once the deadline comes up.
They've had months to apply for a licence, but with only days to go until the deadline, thousands of people operating short-term rentals in Vancouver, like Airbnb, are still without one. That's the conclusion from one data analyst. And if that's the case, many people could be facing the prospect of a hefty fine.
I think it's hard for people that depend on income from Airbnb for whatever choices they've made in the past to make those changes and accept that that's happening. I think there's a fair amount of delusion on sides of some operators out there that don't quite realize what the new rules entail and how they will be enforced.
And sometimes it's not so innocent. Jens von Bergman has been analysing data from the city and Airbnb. He's found that many of the licence numbers don't add up. Nearly 200 claim they are exempt. Some, like this one, are using expired or old licence numbers, whilst others seem to try and thwart the system using a made-up code for the year 2019, or even just random numbers 123 123.
Just the amount of missing licenses, plus also problematic behavior on some of the ones that do have licenses that seem evident in the data, just the sheer amount of it seems quite a bit. So there's probably 2,000-3,000 listings right now on Airbnb that are quite problematic.
In a statement, the City of Vancouver says, as part of our landmark agreement with Airbnb, after August the 31st, the online platform will deactivate all listings that do not have a City of Vancouver short-term rentals business license included in the listing. The city will be providing a status and enforcement update on the short-term rentals program next week. Well, that programme was aimed at cooling the city's red-hot housing market by freeing up rental space. If this is truly to work, then fines need to be enforced, and Airbnb and the city need to work together.
The data sharing agreement with Airbnb, I think, will be a big step. It means that starting the week after next, the city will get data from Airbnb about addresses, names, and license numbers of people advertising on Airbnb, which makes it a lot easier to enforce those things.
Households have until August the 31st to apply for the licence, which can be done online at the City of Vancouver's website, after which they could face fines up to $1,000. In Vancouver, Tom Walsh, City News.